saltfish is done. Smells so good. Smells so good. Hey diary listeners, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for being here. Today's entry, we're gonna cook some fry bake and saltfish for dinner. You know, sometimes when you get married, you don't know what to cook, but we decided we want to have fry bake and saltfish. For my Trini people, we know what that means. For my non-Trini folks, saltfish is basically salted cod or salted pollock. So let's get to cooking. So first, we're gonna go in with a cup of warm water, and then we're gonna get the yeast, right? I just like to put a half back. I don't know what that means. I'm not a chef. Just a half pack of yeast. I'm gonna mix that in. So we're just activating the yeast, and then we're gonna go in with some flour, right? This is 2 cups of flour. So what made us decide to go with fry bake was that I was, you know, being very nostalgic with Micah and like how I was with my granny. So I would have lived with my granny for 11 years, and we would have done things like this. So late at night when we were like up watching Western and game show and stuff, Granny and I would decide, hey, I'm feeling hungry, where you want to eat, girl? And we would decide fry bake late in the night, but we would decide fry bake, right? Going in with some sugar, baking soda, and salt. You want a half teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and a half teaspoon of salt. So back to my story. So Granny and I would decide, you know, what we want to eat, and we always used to say, well, okay, we're gonna do some fry bake. And that was our little thing. We had fry bake with butter, fry bake with smoked herring, fry bake with corned beef, fry bake with whatever. But fry bake and saltfish was our thing, right? So we decided, okay, well, let me try having fry bake and saltfish tonight. So that brought us here, right? I'm just going to add a bit of flour because it's a bit sticky. Okay, so I would have lived with my mom for like 16 years of my life, and then I decided to go live with my granny, right? So of course, being migrated, it is different. I miss my granny. I miss the things that we used to do. And this was one of the things that we love doing. So I'm going to add in 3 tablespoons of butter. So a little bit more about my granny. My granny is a darling. She has a very, very pure heart, something that I wish I could have, like, at least, you know, a piece of one day, at least half of the heart that she has. You know, Granny could be upset with you, but it takes only like 3 minutes for her to get over it, right? And that is something that I desire to have one day. There was a time my mother correcting me. You know, and Granny saved me from getting my tail washed. For Caribbean people, you know that means licks. And she has always been that type of person for me. And over the years, we have built a really tight bond, you know, and being able to like live with her and stuff. I was able to understand her more, get to like the things that she likes, and I just really grew an appreciation for her. When I left, it was, you know, extremely difficult on me. I even cried with nobody looking, of course. But no, they would know, right? I even cried because I felt so sad, like leaving her by herself after spending 11 years with her. But I'm really hoping that, you know, one day when I get the opportunity to go back home, that I could spend some time with her and do the things that we used to do when we lived together. My dough is coming in a little nicely. I'm still kneading. Want to make sure it's soft and nice. Fun fact about Granny. Granny would have taught my siblings and I the 23rd Psalm. And it has really, you know, helped me on my journey of life. You know, they say, teach a child the ways of the Lord from early, and they will not depart from it. And Granny did just that. There was a time too, she would have taken my sister and I, my twin sister and I, to her church, and we had to sing in front of the entire church. And it wasn't, you know, I mean, it was scary at first, but then it was like, oh, all these people, you know, they really like this song. And that has been a really fond memory, you know, of my childhood. I mean, I have a lot of memories with Granny, too much. But I miss her. And tonight's dinner is going to, you know, sort of bring back that nostalgia of her and I making fried bacon and saltfish late in the night. Yeah. So this is my end result, and we're just gonna just cup it, and a little hack, put it in the microwave, not to heat or anything, just put it in there so that, I mean, to be very honest, I really don't know. I think it's just the heat that is contained in that one area, or just an enclosed space. So, just gonna put that in there, cover it with a towel, and put it in the microwave. And then we're gonna cut up some vegetables. So guys, while the dough is in the microwave rising and the saltfish is on the stove boiling, we're gonna cut up the veggies. So cutting up some onions, some garlic, and some sweet peppers. Make it look right. So we finished cutting up the vegetables, and now we're going to cook the saltfish because the bake is still raising, right? So I'm going to saute the onions and the garlic, the sweet peppers, right? I don't have any pimento. They don't have any of that in North Carolina, at least where I'm at. Just to put that to saute. So knowing Granny would do everything in the pot one time because she's a one pot woman. She doesn't, like wait around for anything. One pot woman, and she gets it done. Her food is delicious. Everybody loves her food. They always come by and they always say, Granny, when you cooking? Granny, have food. So yes, I would have lived with mommy for 16 years and lived by Granny for 11 years, but I've been with my Granny ever since I was born, right? Every day we would go by Granny after school and before school. Granny cooked all our meals every day, giving my mommy, a break. And I mean, it's one of the fondest memories, and is where I would have learned to cook majority of the things that I know now. So we're just gonna let this saute a little bit, and then we're going to add in our saltfish. I already minced it, so yes. I can't wait to see my Granny, Ollie. I can't wait to see my Granny. I am just hoping and praying for the day that I could get to go home and see my Granny, talk to my Granny, and hug up my Granny. If you have any fun moments of your Granny, please let me know. I think that would be so cool. Just drop it in the comments to me. Let me know what you guys did together. Let me know if it was fun or if it was scary. If it was interesting, if you learned anything from your Granny. It could be either or. This Granny I have is on my maternal side, so it's my mommy's mommy, and it doesn't matter. Let me know if it's on your maternal side or your paternal side, and I would love to know what you learned from your Granny, or the fondest moments, or experiences you have with your Granny. So we're just gonna let it saute a little bit, then I'll add the saltfish. That smell is so good. Yum. So we're adding in saltfish. And we're just gonna mix it all in. Mix it all in. Smells so good. Saltfish is done. And go for our bake. Our bake should be done. bakes. I don't really necessarily like the big bakes. This is not float bakes for my Trini folks. This is just normal fry bakes. It's just how Granny and I used to make it. Of course, sometimes you didn't have all that oil to waste, right? So we're making some fry bakes. So that we can get a little shape here, or round shape here. And because my granny had like small tiles in the kitchen counter, we just use our hands. Alright. Getting that here. Dropping it in. So we are topping it off with some lime juice, our bacon saltfish. Thank you for being here. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.